The co-founders of Unrivaled, Stewart and Collier, are, of course, VPs on the committee.
Our proposed model would still result in the W being a profitable business. So just on that alone, we can see how far...
The very committee that is turning down salary increases of about 9 times.
The drama surrounding Stephen Curry wearing Caitlin Clark's shoes did not start as a rumor or a leak. It started the moment cameras caught his feet on the hardwood and the internet realized something had changed. Not a trade, not a fight, not a scandal, a choice. One of the most powerful athletes in the world walked into an NBA game wearing sneakers tied not to his own empire, but to a young woman still fighting to define hers. And that single choice sent shockwaves through basketball culture in a way nobody expected. Caitlin Clark has not just entered the professional game. She has stormed into it dragging attention, emotion, and controversy behind her like a comet. Her rise has been loud, fast, and impossible to ignore. She filled arenas that once echoed. She pulled viewers who never cared. She forced debates that made people uncomfortable. She became more than a player. She became a moment. Her Nike Kobe 6 Player Edition shoes became symbols of that moment.
Our proposed model would still result in the W being a profitable business. So just on that alone, we can see how far...
The very committee that is turning down salary increases of about 9 times.
Players wore them not because they were new, but because they meant something. Wearing them said you wanted to be connected to the wave she created. You wanted to be seen as part of the shift. Then Steph Curry wore them. Not to a workout, not to a private run, not in a photo shoot, in a real game, on national television, under bright lights, in front of millions. He warmed up in them. He took shots in them. He made sure the world noticed them. And when the world noticed, everything changed. Because this was not just about sneakers anymore. This was about recognition, about power choosing to point at someone else and say you matter. The reaction inside women's basketball was instant and emotional. Aya Wilson, the reigning MVP and one of the most dominant forces the league has ever seen, did not respond calmly. She reacted like someone who understood exactly how rare this moment was. For years, women's players have worn shoes tied to NBA stars. That has always been normal. But the reverse almost never happens. NBA players do not wear WNBA players' shoes. Especially not in games that matter. Especially not when they have billion-dollar brands of their own. So when the face of modern basketball chose Caitlin Clark over himself, it meant something deeper than fashion. But meaning is complicated. Because Steph Curry is not naive. He has lived inside media cycles for more than a decade. He knows what trends. He knows what explodes online. He knows how to build an image without saying a word. Wearing Caitlin Clark's shoes guaranteed headlines. It guaranteed praise. It guaranteed he would be called progressive, supportive, forward-thinking. And it cost him nothing. No money lost. No deals broken. No risk taken. That is where the question begins. Was this admiration or was it performance? The hopeful side of this story believes Steph did this because he genuinely respects Caitlin Clark. Because he sees his own influence in her style. Because he knows what it means to change how the game is played. Because he understands the weight of being compared to legends before your career is even settled. And maybe he wanted to use his spotlight to make hers brighter. The skeptical side sees something else. A perfect PR move. One game. Massive praise. Global headlines. Then back to business as usual. No pressure on brands. No challenges to systems. No sacrifices. Just applause and likes. And the truth probably lives somewhere in between. What cannot be denied is what this moment revealed about women's basketball. The reaction was not just excitement. It was hunger. Hunger for recognition that rarely comes. Hunger for validation from the larger basketball world. Hunger to be seen without having to beg. When one small act creates this much emotion, it shows how empty that space usually is. This should not be shocking. This should not be rare. But it is, and that is the uncomfortable part. There is also deeper symbolism in these shoes. Caitlin Clark chose Kobe's shoes for a reason. Kobe Bryant believed in women's basketball in a way few stars ever did. He showed up. He mentored. He coached. He invested his time. He didn't just talk. So when Caitlyn wears his shoes, she carries that legacy. And when Steph wears her version of those shoes, it connects generations of belief. Kobe to Caitlyn. Caitlyn to Steph. That is not marketing. That is history layering itself. And then there is Caitlyn herself, standing in the middle of all of it. She is not just playing basketball. She is carrying expectations heavy enough to break most people. She is expected to save the league, grow the league, represent the league, and dominate the league all at once. She is expected to never crack, never fail, never get tired. She is criticized when she wins and questioned when she loses. And through all of that, she still has to play. So when Steph Curry chose this moment to wear her shoes, it landed differently. It felt like support at a time when pressure never stops. But moments do not become movements unless they continue. Wearing shoes is easy. Talking is easy. Being praised is easy. Real support is hard. Real support is what happens when cameras are gone. When it costs something. When it means using power to change how women's basketball is funded, marketed, and respected. That is the line between symbolism and substance. Aya Wilson's reaction mattered because she lives inside this reality. She knows how often support is promised and how rarely it is delivered. So her excitement either means she truly believes this is different, or it means the bar has been set so low that even one visible act feels like a miracle. Both are beautiful. Both are sad. Caitlin Clark's shoes becoming the most worn pair in basketball already proves her cultural power. Steph wearing them simply confirmed it. He did not create her influence. He acknowledged it. He pointed at something that already existed and said the world should look. Now the story waits. Does Steph wear them again? Does he talk about women's basketball when it is not trending? Does he use his platform to push brands, media, and leagues to do more? Does he stand up when it is uncomfortable? Or does this become one beautiful viral night that fades into memory? Because gestures open doors, but actions decide what walks through them. This moment was powerful. It was emotional. It was historic in its own way. But it is only the beginning if something follows it. Do you think Steph Curry wearing Caitlin Clark's shoes was genuine respect or smart branding? Do you think it matters which one it was? And do you think NBA stars should do more than symbolic gestures to support women's basketball?